Hello, and thanks for joining me today. My name's Ben. I go by B Slide Park, and I wanted to get another deck tech video out there. Hopefully, this one's a little bit better quality and, kind of my own touch to it. But basically, what I did was I took what I saw from Shadowverse Prussia's deck that he had recently put out. I'll put a link to that below. And I modified it based on playing against different decks like Runecraft and Portalcraft especially, and it just gave me the most versatile options in certain scenarios with them that seem to work the best. So I'll go down the list of them, and then I'll explain any modifications I would do, like things I would take in or take out, and then I'll go over the cost of the deck real quick. So obviously, Strike of the Dragon, your quick, easy removal. Later in the game, it can take out something bigger, maybe Ward. Fan of Otahime, I like it as a one drop. It gives you that 2/2 ward storm body, which can make a huge difference towards the end of the game or even any other part. I almost prefer to use this instead of like Isla or Aoife because it gives you that ward storm, and then you can just discard like one of these that just won't have any value at that point, or you don't think you'll get much more out of. But another fun thing to know about Fana Otahime is that if you don't have any cards in your hand, then you can still pay the 3 and just play it without having to discard. Ruby Greedy Cherub, I only put 1 in here. I think it's good for certain scenarios. 2/2. Also, same thing with it. I don't know if it's a glitch or something, but if you don't have a card in your hand, then it just lets you draw a card. Build is good. I put it in as 2 because there's only so many situations where you'd want it to evolve it, in my opinion. So otherwise, it's just going to come down as a 2/2 body, and at least late in the game, it can be helpful. But I feel like there's other cards you want to use before this in most situations. But that's just my experience. Searing Fire Newt. Um, the only real reason I keep it in here is against like real aggro situations. I never found that, like, 3 copies, I was able to get use out of more than, like, 1 of them most of the time. So this is good against, like, an aggro swordcraft or something, it comes down, gives you a 2/2 and kills something. But a lot of the time, I was just finding myself like, "Oh, I'll just use that to discard for Fana Otahime or to trade in with Ruby." Little Dragon Nanny is solid, um, works pretty well for the deck, the, Intimidate Whelp helps, sometimes dies a little too easy, though. So Vigilant Detective is an awesome tech card that I've seen. It's a 3/3 on 3, which is still pretty good just in terms of a body to swing with. And then it's gives you the detective lens, which can actually like finish the game for you, especially in those ward scenarios like with what's their area in gray or Anna in gray that drops that 5 or that ward creature that you can't, like a 5/5, I think, and it can get you can get right by it and then finish the game sometimes. Uh, Aoife Windrider is also good for some extra chip damage at the start. Um, she's also good if you give her Intimidate later on just to finish the game, but solid card. Yeah, pretty good. Dragon Sign I've added because I found the quicker you can ramp up to Overflow, the more effective this deck is. Especially if you're on turn 2 and it gives you the tempo to go up to the same number of play points as your opponents. I've found that to also be just a very beneficial scenario. Um, yeah, so I put for Golden Note Melody, I put 2 of these because it's so I put 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these because I wanted more options to be more versatile in different situations. Golden Note can like kind of save you if it's later in the game and you need that extra 2 to buy you a turn, or if you draw those 2 cards and one of them has Storm or something and you can finish the game with it. Draconic Berserker is good. Um, my thing is that when you play it, you'll get maybe 2 kills out of it, but a lot of the time it gets killed before you're even able to swing with it, at least in my experience, unless you're able to, like, ramp with Dragon Sign. And then Marion is good. I think it's good for getting an extra 2 within with, like, Aoife or another lower drop you gave. So for that, it's good. But later in the game, you're gonna be trying to drop your bigger stuff. So in that case, you know, you hopefully have finished the game by turn 8 or 9 because this is not gonna be too useful later in the game. That's why I put 2 of each of these because I felt like they are more useful in different situations, and it gives you more of a toolbox to work with. Liu Feng is it's good. Um, I don't think you can evolve it till, what is it, turn 5? So it's still really good, and it gets you to the 7 points for overflow a lot quicker, and it's a decent body. Even later in the game, you can play it and evolves for free. Sword Snout Trencher. Sword Snout Trencher is it's decent. It's one of those like you don't want to play it unless you're in an overflow because yeah, you're just not going to get the full out value out of it. Because the storm is what really makes it better. Zahar, I've modified this from his deck. I only put 1 in because I didn't feel like it was aggressive enough. Um, and for the ward, if you really need the ward, I feel like Fan of Otahime is better for that. Um, just for less cost, it effectively does the same ward and, or almost the same ward, and the Vast Wing, a lot of the times just gets killed anyway by, like, that Scholar card from Runecraft that does X damage to all of your followers based on the number of spell boosts, or the bullet from Portalcraft also gets used on it pretty easily. So I've gotten mixed results from it, mainly not as good, but it's not the worst card, so I kept one of them in there. Forte, non-negotiable. You need 3 of these to play this deck. Um, okay, that's a little bit aggressive. I'd say you at least want 2 before even trying to make this deck because it's gonna be the finisher a lot of the time. Um, put it in, super evolve it, swing for 8 right then. And then Warrior of the Deep is I think it's a really good card. So I've heard kind of mixed things on it too. They're like, it's just not, it's only 6 damage or whatever. Um, I think Ignatius said something like that, but what I've seen, that 6 damage is plenty to finish the game a lot of the time. So it's going to get you around all the pesky wards. It's going to get around just so many situations. Put this in, super evolve, 7 immediate damage, and easily finishes the game. So in terms of some modifications I would do, I guess I'll kind of go down the list. Um, you could always you could always bring in another ruby. Um, and then I don't know, trade out like one of these, probably the little dragon nanny, because I feel like maybe one of them gets the best use out of it. Filled out is good. I think the 2 is where it's at because you don't want to overdraw it. Plenty of times I just put it down as a 2/2 body because I have nothing else, um, to get a couple extra swings in. And then the evolve is solid. I feel like there's better options for removal later in the game though if you need it, but I put it at 2, that's what worked for me. Searing Fire Newt, I keep it as 2. It's a good 1 drop kill or a 1 health kill, then maybe a swing with it. Let's see. Golden Note, you could add another. I found it best with this, ratio of 2, 2, 2 for these different cards, just to give you more options in different scenarios. I felt like what is it? Fledgling Dragon Slayer was just a little too expensive for this deck. I think you're more worried about taking swings than you are about, preventing them from building momentum, I guess. Um, I feel like this is too expensive for what you want it to do. I'd rather have Fanned Out and evolve it than that. Because 'cause you're essentially getting the same thing, but with better stats, but removing an evolve and less power points. Um, yeah, I felt like 2 was the magic number for this. Um, that's just kinda where I landed out with on it. And then Sword Snout is 1 because again, I only liked it when I drew it with Overflow. And then, yeah, I didn't like these right here. I don't think you should make it to that point at all. And if you're at that point for an A drop, you should be playing this to win. So that's kind of my experience with the deck, why I modified it like that. And again, I'd say it's actually one of the more budget-friendly decks. It has 9 golds and 3 legendaries with the fortes as the 3 legendaries, and then 3 of the 9 goals are the Fan of Otahime, which you could easily switch out for some of those other ones that I mentioned that you could add another of in the deck. So, just kinda go with your own gut on that, like, what you experience. And, yeah, that's how I modified this deck and how it's worked for me. I'll give you some gameplay against a couple different meta decks in the, next section here. But thank you for watching, and I'll go over that soon.
This brings me back. Power courses through me.
Watch where you spat that fire! I'm busy!
To the victor goes the spoils!
A little kindness goes a long way.
I'm busy!
A little kindness goes a long way. Too slow! Love is light, fire, and life. How could you? How could you?
He gave me direction.
Too slow!
Is that a jingling purse I hear?
Full speed ahead!
I see. Good.
I'm busy!
I'm here to spread the love.
Mayday!
Witness my kung fu!
What? You think I
for
shine
the
too
business.
brightly?
Good.
All will pay tribute to my black wings.
Witness my kung fu!
To grant
Any last words?
A journey of 1,000 miles. I suppose that was a good warm-up. This brings me back.
I long for sights unseen.
Godwood staff, awaken! The truth is close at hand. What's today's happy little surprise? Let's play a game. How does one adult? Seems like I've overlooked something.
Put her under the bridge.
He gave me direction.
Too slow!
Nothing full speed ahead!
Unique.
Let's play a game. How does one adult?
Mayday!
I see.
Everything's under control.
I
Be
see.
cleansed.
The young paragon dons his mask.
Witness my kung fu!
My star is the
need
star
an
of
adult.
paradise. Leave it all to me.
Same time tomorrow? You may approach.
Leave it all to me.
I need an adult.
is over, Phil.
Let's play a game.
Don't look away. Fellowship. I leave the rest to you.
Steel against steel. One strike fatality. Give me a
Same
challenge.
time tomorrow? The world is out of tune.
I failed you.
You're in the splash zone, pal.
The world has to spin on its own axis. The world is full of splendor. Feel what you can't see or touch.
A dragon never forgets.
He gave me direction.
A little kindness goes a long way.
What if I told you it wasn't?
Too slow.
Gaze at the stars and leave it all to me.
Full speed ahead.
Fun's not over yet. Let's play a game. Same time tomorrow?
Isn't the forest beautiful?
Let Lily's magic guide you.
I see.
Watch the palace sparkle.
Mayday!
I leave the rest to you.
Be cleansed.
The winged musician dons her mask.
Steel against steel.
Let me care for you.
with your toes!
Good.
Be cleansed! One, two. Song of the Dragon.
This is new.
This brings me back.
We have much to discuss.
The young paragon dons his mask.
Only ransom I take is blood.
Leave it all to me.
Change doesn't scare me anymore.
I leave the rest to you.
Steel against steel.
Trajectory. Calculated.
Just loving someone won't keep them safe.
Storm clouds are gathering. Too slow. Dead dragons breathe no fire. Sing for me.
Am I stronger?
For you, dear, I would give anything.
This is where I draw back.
Don't move.
You may approach. The winged musician dons her mask. Song of the Dragon.
Take my life.
Witness my kung fu.
my take is blood. This might hurt.
Bottomless ammo. A dragon
Bottomless rage.
never forgets.
One strike fatality.
Never forgive.
Change doesn't scare me anymore.
I don't miss.
I'm not scared of you.
I have much to learn.
I suppose that was a good warm-up.
Yeah. So in most situations, you're going to decide whether to go more aggro or in some ways more defensive with the ramp focus. That's why I put those 3 toolbox cards in at 2, 2, and 2 so that you can draw into the cards you need for a specific situation. But yeah, hopefully this deck works out for you. I appreciate you watching the video and leave any comments and subscribe if you'd like. Thank you.